Nothing? Catching these hogs is going to be harder than I thought. Hey y'all, my name is Azalea and you're watching my YouTube channel, WayCrunchy. This Ole Shack series, 1929 fixer-upper, we bought for $20,000. We're about 7 months deep into fixing this place up. We're taking our time, nice and easy. We are not experts. This is our first time because we want to live a debt-free, freer existence. And so far, it's been quite wonderful, and I love that we have done this, myself and my partner, and my 2 children. Now, I have fixed this random hole. Myself and my partner, John, we put drywall up. We screwed it in. I have done joint tape, joint compound. I have primed it. Today, I'm going to be sanding and then painting her. And this room, which is going to be me and John's bedroom, is going to be about finished. Like most things in this Ole Shack, I'm not going for perfect. I'm not going for perfectly smooth, ultimately professional looking. This is a house for us to live in and one day resell. It was the worst when we first got it. So my goal is to significantly improve this entire property and make it artistically and visually appealing, highly functional and livable. Anyway, it's going well. And are you familiar with the term wabi-sabi? Okay, we need that wabi-sabi. If you don't appreciate wabi-sabi, then you probably shouldn't have a house from 1929 that was left to fall into disrepair. But I love it. I love the imperfections. I love that everything is not symmetrical. Everything is not perfectly even. There is flow, there is life, there is different angles, there is texture, and I'm living for it. If I can stress one thing about renovating, it would be how much dust is involved from beginning to end. Dust of all kinds, all varieties, dust and dirt. I mean, it is just, it's a lot. And that's from the beginning of this project to the point we are now. If you can clean, if you don't mind cleaning, if you have time to spend, you are a valuable resource on a renovation project. That corner needed a little more patch, but we are about done. Looking good. So now I'm working on the floor. Like everything else in this house, wabi-sabi. I'm not gonna do a whole big sanding thing, sanding off the top layer, sanding out dents and scratches. Scratches, dents, imperfections, that's fine. What I am doing is getting the majority of paint, spider poop. I don't know if you know about spider poop. Let me show you some spider poop. So if you look under some spider webs in your corner behind your couch or something, you might see this on the floor where this web used to be. That's spider poops. All right, so here's a big bit of paint. I'm just gonna use a little bit of sandpaper. Scratches, that's fine. Dents, that's fine. I'm just making it look charming and lived in and clean and cared about. I'm not trying to make it look brand new. Now, vinegar cleaning solution. It's water and white vinegar. I'm going to use a roll of paper towels to do this room. and I'm gonna clean it. I want it to be really clean before I put the oil on the floor, which is gonna harden and seal this floor and make it look good. But yeah, this is the process. Cleaning up this floor, about halfway done. I'm so excited. It's coming along. This is really soothing, calming work. Like, I feel super at peace and happy, almost therapeutic in a way, cleaning and scraping this floor. I'm using less sandpaper and more so just scraping because it works good. Back at the Habitat Restore today. Today I'm exploring their lot. It's fenced in. They got a lot of things. They got a lot of sinks. Y'all take a look. I'm having a moment of wow. I'm having a moment of, we did it. I did this. This looks done. I mean, this is where I have cleaned the floors and even just clean, not even refinished, not even oiled. I made that window frame out of scraps of wood that I found on the side of the road. I patched that wall. I painted. I cleaned. I pulled the nails out. This used to be fake wood paneling in here. I primed and painted the ceiling. I blocked the stains. I found a $7 light fixture from the Restore and figured out how to get an electrician, and woo! This is my first time, y'all. This is my first fixer-upper. Wow. I am having a moment of wow. She's a house, y'all. She's a house. All right, that's what good looking floor looks like. And this is where I have to pick back up and get back to the grindstone. I caught the hog. 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 Oh, I better go get that hog. I'm gonna get my big gloves before I try and carry this hog. I can tell he's not gonna be sweet like that possum. I can tell he's gonna be a fighter. Oh my God. I hear him out there fighting the cage. Oh, there's no fighting it, hog. You out of here. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh my God, he looks vicious. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, baby. I know you're mad, but you can't stay here. What do you think? Oh, you gonna bite me with them toofies? They look really... Yeah. It's okay. I'm a good person. You are gonna be okay, I promise. Well, I'm gonna put on my gloves. I'm gonna get this hog loaded up into my trunk. It seems to be illegal to relocate hogs. Also, I can't advocate for hog murder, so I'm not really gonna tell y'all what happens to the hog. You will not know the final solution. I just have to keep that one under my lid. But I will tell you that I gotta get this hog caged into the trunk of my car is the first step of the solution for this hog. I'm a little scared. He thrusts himself at the bars of the cage as though he were going to leap upon me and attack me, and he shatters his teeth at me because he wants to bite me so much. This hog hates me. The possum I caught was pretty sweet, and he was like, oh, goodness, I'm in a situation. This hog is like, I'm gonna get you. That's what that hog is like. He's like, I'm gonna get you. Oh, God, this hog is scary. And I think there's another one out here. I'm gonna have to keep catching hogs. I'm just gonna be catching hogs and catching hogs. I think he's kind of smelly and nasty. This hog is nasty. Oh, shoot. It's okay. I'll tell you what. I'm a strong, capable woman, capable of anything, including groundhog removal. Lord Jesus. Oh God, stop crashing. Just chill for a sec. You a wild boy. Go, matey. Oh God. Oh God, just chill. Get over this. Stop that. Wow. So we caught a hog yesterday. I caught that hog. And the hog has been dealt with. And wow, I guess I'm going to try and catch another hog. This might solve our problems though. Like, when we first got the house, before I patched up the basement, the hogs had dug under the foundation of the house, tunneled, came up into the basement, chewed through the wood floor and made holes in the wood floor and tunneled up. And then, like, they just walk around in the basement. There's no food in there. They're just entertaining themselves. No food. They started chewing on door frame, even. I mean, they just frolicking. Hogs can be a serious problem. Not to mention eating the garden. I mean, this house is like my savings, my future home, my content. And I mean, they liable to bring the whole house down, digging out from under the foundation. Anyway, one hog down. And I feel incredibly confident after catching that hog. I can't remember when I felt so empowered yeah, so I've got more good news. So today is Saturday, and the kids are gone this weekend, and so me and John will work on the house, and he's got some big projects that the contractor talked to us about to get ready for when the contractor comes in. Like, there's some more demo that John can do, and the contractor's going to come in no later than July. But we can get our certificate of habitability before that because he doesn't need to permit any of his work, the contractor. It's just like repairs. So the only thing we had left to get moved in to be legally habitable was the plumber. And I talked to the plumber yesterday, and the plumber is gonna start maybe on Thursday or Friday. He's gonna call me on Tuesday. At the latest, he'll start next week. So like 9 days away from now. I mean, it shouldn't take him more than 5 days to finish the house. So it's happening. It's all happening. Wow. So I'm feeling super excited. I am, really thinking about moving. About to finish that bedroom. Excited for this weekend. These next 2 weeks are going to be really, really big. I don't know if you've noticed, but like lately things have been happening really big and really fast. I feel like at the house, like out of nowhere, it's like housewarming time and move-in time. And it's been 7 months working on this house, and it's gonna be incredible. I'm over this barn rental. I'm over it. This barn rental, I feel like it got bad vibes. So if you've been following this channel for a long time, then you remember when I used to have a big house and garden, but then there was that whole divorce and all that. Good riddance. And then I lived with family, saving money, but it was hard on the psychology, living with family. But it saved money. And now I'm living my dream. You gotta sacrifice to save money. Anyway, then I lived in the downtown apartment, and that was a shack. My landlord in the downtown apartment was definitely a slumlord, just making money off keeping people in bare minimum living conditions. Actually, the city, the last month or two that I lived there, they sent someone because another one of my landlord's properties had been condemned while his renters were living in it. They had like complained on him, and then the housing inspector came and condemned the house he was renting to them. Anyway, so then he was like under suspicion. So then they inspected my house, and they were like, here's a whole list of things he has to fix. But I moved out before we got to that end date of when he had to fix those things. Anyway, so the barn was a blessing when we first moved here. It was an absolute blessing. But then during that time period, I picked up my partner, John. And so now we have not me and 2 kids living here. We have me, John, and 2 kids living here. And then COVID-19 happened. And we quarantined hard. It seemed like the responsible choice to make. And this barn just kind of became a prison. And Xenia doing virtual schooling, my daughter doing virtual schooling, and she receives a lot of therapies like sign language, teacher for the hearing impaired, speech therapy, occupational therapy, the never-ending Zoom calls and like worksheet packets I was supposed to do with her was mind-numbing, a struggle. Not homeschooling. I've homeschooled my son kindergarten through 4th grade, but my daughter, that was just like getting through a marathon 5 days a week, and it was terrible, and I hated virtual schooling. Then my son, he's homeschooled the whole time. During the plague, our best friends moved away. All of his activities ended. And I think that like 3rd grade, 4th grade window, socializing super important. He became super isolated, and I think that isolation did a number on him in his head. Anyway, I was going crazy in this barn, and I think the barn has some vibes that I'd really just like to leave behind us and go ahead and move into our fixer-upper. So that's my 2 cents today. I will see y'all next time.